What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. It's your boy Lil Black Mario, and I'm back at it again with another epic series. So today I have episode 2 of what I'm writing of the Starlord series. So in episode 2, I have Angela. She's joining the Guardians of the Galaxy. So Angela is this kind of being that she joined the Guardians of the Galaxy kind of around the first time when like the first comic of the Guardians of the Galaxy first came out. So I'm writing Peter Quill alongside with the new Guardians of the Galaxy and Angela joining them again to form the new Guardians of the Galaxy, where it'll play a part into Avengers Doomsday and the new Avengers movie coming out after that. So what I have opening up is I have Iron Man, Peter, Rocket, and they're all being held by Jason of Spartax. And essentially why Jason is holding them is because he believes that they're what's wrong with the universe. Like the reason behind Jason and Spartax and all the people on their planet is they believe that they are a higher species, so they believe that they should be number one and that everybody else should be below them, and that if you can't defend yourself or can't hold yourself in the universe, then you shouldn't exist. And the whole purpose of the Guardians of the Galaxy is to be able to defend people who can't defend themselves or stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves. So why have them being held? And they're kind of being held in this stasis pod where essentially they kind of were knocked out by this noxious gas, and then Jason of Spartax, he had put all of them into this kind of stasis pod so that way they'd be able to stay where they were. So after that, what I have is I have Groot was the only one that wasn't with them when they were being detained by Jason of Spartax. So he kind of stumbles upon them and then he rescues them. So in the first scene, what I have is I have a cutscene kind of all the Guardians of the Galaxy after they escape Jason of Spartax, and they're all in a bar. And in the bar, they're all drinking, they're having laughs, they're talking about like the good old times of how like Groot saved them from Jason of Spartax, and they're just like reminiscing about the past. And then what I have is Tony Stark, he begins to flirt with Gamora. So the Gamora that I have from this one is I have the Gamora from the Guardians of the Galaxy the second time we saw her, where she didn't really recognize Peter, but she knew about Nebula and her sister. So in this one, when she joins the Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm trying to build the relationship back up to where they're not more so a couple, but they're more so starting to get along the lines of becoming a couple. So what I have is in this scene, I want to illustrate kind of Gamora still being how she was when we first see her in this third volume of the Guardians of the Galaxy, where she sees Peter, but she doesn't really see Peter as like being in a couple type. So while I have Tony flirting with her, she's kind of like, well, you're a different kind of being from the people that I'm used to, and I haven't really seen guys like I know guys of you that are like back on my planet, and he kind of just trying to like run game on her. So in the second scene, what I have is I have these Guardians of the Galaxy. They're on the ship. They're all together, and they get attacked by these soldiers. And while they're getting attacked, I have Gamora. She's fighting this girl. She's fighting this guy named Maxlin the Destroyer. Sorry, yeah, his name is Maxlin the Destroyer, and I have him trying to detain Gamora and trying to bring her over to his hired power person that kind of not told him to come and get her, but kind of like was like, yo, like you have to go get her, like you have to like kill her, kind of like a henchman in a way. So after that, what I have is I have Rocket and Tony. They kind of team up together and they kind of do what they can to try to help Gamora, and eventually Gamora, she overcomes Maxlin, because even though Gamora isn't a cosmic being, she's very capable in being able to defend for herself and hand-to-hand combat. So what I have after that is in the third scene, as I have while Tony and Rocket, while they're fighting with Gamora against Maxlin, we see Angela. She kind of passes by the ship, and they're like, yo, like, what's this suspicious thing passing by the ship? And it comes out to be Angela. So that's where we kind of see the introduction of Angela. And when they see Angela, Gamora, she immediately goes to attack her. And when she goes to attack her, they begin to fight, and Tony and Rocket are like, yo, like, should we help or should we stop this? And on one hand, Rocket is like, yeah, I think we should stop this. On the other hand, Tony is like, yo, we should, intervene and try to stop them from trying to kill each other. So they eventually stop Gamora and Angela fighting each other, and eventually what happens is they get back on the ship, and then they're talking about, like, why Angela is here, like, what's her purpose of being here. And what happens is that Angela, she says that she was leaving her galaxy, and she decided to find a new galaxy where she can kind of be herself and kind of step up into the role that she was meant to be. And she felt that Earth would be the perfect place for her to stand up and be in the role that she needed to be in. So what I have in the third scene is I have Gamora and Angela. They're talking out their differences. So Angela and Gamora, they're both talking about how they're both warriors on their respective planets and that they're both highly regarded and from their family and just people like their friends and like their family. And they're both saying that, hey, we shouldn't be fighting each other. We should definitely, join together and join forces. So then what I have after that is I have that while all this is going on, Peter gets snapped away. And when he gets snapped away, we see Thanos again. So this is a Thanos from a different universe. So the Thanos that I have in this universe is I have the Thanos that we seen, the one that he won where he beat the Avengers. And essentially what happens is while Thanos and Peter are talking, Thanos is letting Peter know that he knows about the multiverse and that he knows about the different versions of him, Gamora, like different people like that. And he's saying that he wants to work together because there's a higher power that's going to come and try to destroy them all that's even bigger than what he is. So in the fourth scene, what I have is I have the Watcher. So if you guys ever watched the What If series, the Watcher is kind of a powerful being that just kind of stood in the background and just watched like different events take place and try to make sure that they happen the way that they were supposed to happen. So what happens is that he's watching as he sees Angela and the events of Gamora happening. So we kind of get a backwards flip. So while he's watching that, he's saying that Gamora and Angela and all the Guardians of the Galaxy that they have to come together because there's a higher being like out there that's going to come and try to destroy the planet or the multiverse as they know it.